Hi guys, it's difficult to cover so many different stories at the moment, but I think this one is important. Many Americans, unfortunately, get their information from the likes of the pro-Republican, pro-Trump Fox News. Before and right after the election, they were spending pretty much every minute of the day pouring praise upon praise on Donald Trump and scorn on anyone who disagreed with him. They pushed the narrative that Trump's tariffs would be good for America and for the average person. But it seems they have, or at least at minimum some people within Fox News, can no longer push the propaganda. And one of the hosts, Maria Bartiromo, did something she hasn't done in a long time. Tell the truth.
It is going to have an effect on Main Street. Some things will become higher priced. We will see some products actually be raised in price because companies will pass on the cost of tariffs to consumers. I would expect that. That's why you have some people saying that we could see a recession, we'll see a growth slowdown. This morning, Nancy Lazar, who I follow very closely, and I think she's terrific, from Piper Sandler, she says if the tariffs stay in place for at least the next 6 months, even if only 50% of the price shocks where we're seeing products go higher in price show through the economy, U.S. real GDP is on track to decline about 1% in the second quarter and in the third quarter, with unemployment rising. But look,
so there you have it. So unemployment is going to rise. The price of ordinary goods is going to rise. You're going to see inflation, and you're going to see the cost of living become much more severe for ordinary people. Now, there are, of course, people within Fox News who are pushing the idea that, and the narrative that, look, don't worry, everything will be fine. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. He's surrounded by experts. He's been down this road before. He's a safe pair of hands. You still have these people pushing this type of propaganda, but I think there are even people within Fox News who have decided, look, we've been pushing this. We can't do it anymore. I have a reputation. I don't know how anyone can have a reputation at Fox News, but perhaps she has some sort of a reputation that she wants to protect. And she realizes, I can't push this anymore. You know, people are going to look around. They're going to see their jobs being lost. People are going to lose their homes. Businesses are going to close down because of all of this. And we can try and cover it up as much as we can, but reality is going to come crashing down, and there's nothing we can do about it. Some people will keep pushing the idea, look, just wait enough. You're going to see a positive result. We've seen it with Brexit as well. There are still people who believe that Brexit will be a success someday. Just wait around enough. Jacob Rees-Mogg's 50 years. Others have said 100 years. These people are obviously not impacted by it. They don't care. They're not small business owners. They're not farmers. They're not people on the street. So they will always be protected. But the average person in the US now is going to be looking around and saying, why are prices going up? Why is everything more expensive? Why are so many people being laid off? What's happening to the economy? Now, even if Trump removes these tariffs, which it's likely will happen, he will be forced at some stage. Whether he'll actually do it is another thing, but I have a feeling that he will eventually remove these tariffs. But the damage will already have been done because the countries that Trump wants to punish are deciding to take their business elsewhere. Because once again, the problem with the likes of Trump is that he may remove the tariffs, but you can't be guaranteed that he won't put them in place again. We're not talking about somebody who's rational here. We're not talking about somebody who's predictable. And this is the thing we have to remember. What is the incentive for businesses to move their manufacturing back to the US when Donald Trump is completely irrational? We don't know what he's planning to do from one day to the next. And of course, moving manufacturing back to the US makes it more difficult for those businesses to sell to other countries because everything will be more expensive in the US, driving up the cost of their exports. None of this makes any sense. Some businesses will move back, but if you're talking about doing trade with the rest of the world, it makes no sense whatsoever to start manufacturing in the US, unless your costs are pretty much zero. But then you would be moving back in the first place if that was the case. So finally, we're getting some truth from the people who've been pushing the idea that Donald Trump is a safe pair of hands, that Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and that Donald Trump will deliver some sort of prosperity.